Guys, with all the stuff in the world going on right now, be ready. I got to get a red dot for this too. I think I'm gonna put a red dot on this. I took this off the 9mm, put it on here. So yeah, our Picatinny, as usual, the light's bad in here. Picatinny rail done here. So we are ready. They can bring it on. Cam came in, guys. Part number 33-5109. Hold on a minute, let me get a flashlight. As usual. Living here, guys, living in this area, you gotta have flashlights. It's like I found this in the trash. You know how many flashlights I have, guys? I have 25 flashlights. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see the 585 on there. It's on the top. Thing's so bright you can't even see it, so just make it out there. So these are pretty easy to put in. What we're going to do is first I'm going to read. I've watched several videos on how to do this. I'm also going to read my manual, my repair manual. And the very first thing I have to do is I have to jack the motorcycle up so the rear wheel can spin freely. I got to put the transmission in 6th gear. I have to remove the spark plugs, and I have to wait for my gaskets. I ordered gaskets. I ordered 2 gaskets. This way I'll have one for future stuff for that cam cover. And I also ordered exhaust pipe gaskets. They're the tapered ones. They're not the flat ones. Because I read the flat ones might restrict some exhaust. So I'm going to go with a lot of people are going with the tapered ones. So I'm going to replace the exhaust gaskets as well. So I'm waiting for those. I probably won't put this in until next Thursday or next Friday. Or maybe even next month. It all depends on what the weather's going to do. Because I'm not gonna be in a rush to do this. I want to make sure I do this right. And as you see, here, let me hit this with the flashlight again. There is 2 dots, or 2 pimples, maybe 2 dots, whatever you want to call them. You can see the 1 dot at the bottom there, and another one. What is that? About maybe 8 or 9 o'clock. That bottom dot has to be lined up with the. There's like a little vertical groove, so that has to line up with that, and the dot on the left has to be pointed to your left. That because I read about that. So yeah. So that's the 585 cam. I'm thinking of making a video when I do this, because there's no videos of guys installing a cam in a big dog. So, all right, so we got our cam, we're waiting on our gaskets. This was the last one, by the way. This was the last 585. So, yeah, we're going to see what... this is supposed to make a significant difference. The cam that's in there now is supposed to be a 569. It's an EPA governed cam. Meaning the EPA, they set their standards to try to cut down on pollution and noise. So this is supposed to really liven up the engine. You know, without without sinking major money into the engine, this is supposed to really do a job. You know, these engines, guys, I think they weigh 160 pounds. That's heavy. I don't know if you ever tried to pick up 100 pounds, but 100 pounds ain't light. My Honda Rebel engine weighed 95 pounds, and that was rough to get out of the frame. All right, this bike here, you know, in order to pull that engine out, I got to take a lot of stuff off the engine first, and it's going to still weigh 160, possibly more, possibly 170 pounds. You know, I don't even know if I'm able to. I don't have the time. I'm going to be 100% truthful. I don't have the time to do that. I probably got the know-how and the strength to do it, but you know, I mean, if I would take the engine out, I'd repowder coat the frame a different color, and just paint the motorcycle a different color, possibly paint it metallic red. So I hope I never have to do that, because I don't have the time to do that. Maybe when I'm retired, you know, the way this is going, I'll probably still have the motorcycle when I'm retired. All right, so let's put this back. We're waiting on our gaskets. The one thing I am going to do is I'm going to measure if the cams are the same length. So I'm not able to measure the cam that's in there now. You know what I was thinking, guys? What if I have a 585 cam in there now? That would really be a blow, you know. But you know what? I would still take that out and I'd put the new one in. All right, this is 128 millimeter, .58. But what is it in inches? So that's what that reads. .58. And in inches, boy, the lighting is horrible, guys. I know, man. 5.0. It's like 5.0 point. I think I moved it a little bit. 5.0.68. So it's 5 inches. So there is supposed to be a bushing that's in that one there. I'm going to have to see if it's in there, and I'm going to have to see if that cam that's in the bike now is the same length as this. And I'm going to measure them in millimeters, not in inches, because millimeters are more accurate. And we'll see if we have to put that bushing in with this cam here. That's another thing I read about. Probably, if there is a bushing in there, that's going to have to go along with this one here. I'm going to try to get the bike out tomorrow. You know, I've been trying to get to the range, guys. You know, guys, you just don't... hold on, let me put this back in the box before I drop it. Yeah, I've been trying to get to the shooting range, guys. You guys, man, you don't get it. You don't know how hard it is for me to get out there. The closest shooting range, there's actually two of them that are close to me. Well, the one's not close, but the one's about 9 miles. But they don't allow rifles. It's an indoor shooting range. They don't allow high caliber rifles. The one out in Cranberry, they allow anything out there, but you can't rapid fire. The outdoor one is 20 miles from me. I used to belong to that one years ago, and then guys started bringing a lot of automatic weapons there, and the ATF came in and they shut them down. Now it's under a different owner. Well, I have to join that again. I think it's $100 a year, but that's a nice range there. They have pistol range, they have trap, they got a rifle range that goes up to 500 yards. I have to rejoin that, and I don't think he allows rapid fire there too. Not real rapid, but he probably allows rapid. I'll have to see. I don't know, but it is hard, man, for me to get out to these ranges. You know, because I have so much stuff to do. It's incredible. I'm getting real close to finishing the kitchen. I'm starting to paint the cabinets now. I have to paint the insides of the cabinets. And then a couple walls, and that's done. Then I have to start on our bathroom. You know, guys, you have to understand something, man. I have to try to retire in the next 3 years, because we are literally, we're on a time limit, man. We're not in trouble yet. But I can't retire here and owe what I owe on bills, because I'm not going to be able to. I'm not going to be able to pay them while I'm retired. You know, so this house has to be in sellable shape, or I have to pay my bills off. And the only way I can pay my bill, I can't exactly pay them off if I sell the bike. But I can get them down to where they're real controllable, and you can't sell this motorcycle around here. These people around here, man, they are broke. They are flat broke around here. What people are doing here to survive is they're holding down 3 or 4 jobs. You know, and you know how hard that is to do? So that means they're not getting much sleep. Maybe they're getting 3 or 4 hours of sleep a day. So they're running around like they're spaced out all the time. They're running. They're like people are like zombies around here. They're all on meth or speed, or they're all on crack or fentanyl. They're all doped up. They're all drunks around here. The people around here only have one thing in mind: what's good for them. The hell with everybody else. I told you already. The 3 kids got killed right at the bottom of my street here. 3 kids. 3 children got killed. And the police never lowered the speed limit on the roads. You rarely see police around here. Rarely. The police here make $150 an hour. They all have Rolexes. They drive Maseratis and Ferraris. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. I wish I was. You know, I always say, if these police would just sit alongside the road, the insanity here would stop. That's all they got to do. They don't even got to pull people over. Just take your squad car, place it on the side of the road, get your coffee or donuts, and just sit there. It is beyond insanity around here in the mornings. I don't know what the evening is because I work a night shift, but the mornings are pure insanity. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll take off from work late just to miss the peak of the traffic, and I still get it. So what I'll do is I'll stop in a store to do some grocery shopping to get away from the traffic, and then around 8:30 it starts dying down a little bit. And you still got a couple crazies that are late for work up till about 9, maybe 9:30. You know, that's why I don't want to retire around here, guys. I want to move away from here, man. Hope to God we can move up to Tynester or something up in northern Pennsylvania. You know, it's not even a matter. Yeah, it would be nice to be able to step out my front door and shoot my guns, but it's not even about that. It's about getting away from these crazy people. So we are on a time limit to get out of here, to be able to fix this house up. It's like these walls in here, this cement here. I got to finish the walls. Which that's nothing in here. You know, the garage here requires some real small stuff. I got a lot of the major stuff done here. We have a new roof on the house. We have a new furnace. Our first floor is all new wiring. The kitchen's been remodeled. The living room's been remodeled. The bathroom's almost done getting remodeled. The upstairs requires some small stuff, and the downstairs requires some small stuff. And then I'm going to look for a place up in northern Pennsylvania. I'm going to retire, and I'm going to get the hell away from Pittsburgh, whatever it's supposed to be called. And I ain't never coming back here, guys. Okay? My mom and dad, my wife's mom and dad is buried here in Pittsburgh. That's the only thing we're going to come back here for. To put some roses, some jolly green giant leaves on the graves. So that's about it, Jack. Otherwise than that, man, I ain't never coming back here. Not alive. Not alive. This place sucks. Anybody that lives here, they'll tell you the same thing. It sucks. It is so hard getting around here because it's overpopulated. The infrastructure here has never been changed since the place was designed. Because of the crooked politicians around here. When the state gives them their allowed money, they put it right in their pockets. That's what they do here. This place needs expanded so bad, it's not even freaking funny no more. And it ain't never going to happen. Everyone around here, they cry the same song. They think the more they cry and the more they bitch, someone's going to take notice and they're going to expand the roads, and it ain't never going to happen, brother. It ain't never going to happen. This place is going to stay the same. The same. There's nothing going to change around here. Anyone that's smart will move away. That's why you guys hear all talk like I'm doing now, how bad this place is. Believe it. It is bad. You got one or two roads that are single lanes. They're 35-mile-an-hour roads. They're part of their belt system. They're part of the beltway. And that's the road that everybody got to take. So you got 100,000 cars every single morning going down these little single lane 35-mile roads, go through the neighborhoods with kids on both sides of the sidewalk waiting for school buses, people flying down that road 60, 70, 80 mile an hour every single morning. It is pure insanity. You go to cities like Houston, Atlanta, man, they got 8-lane highways. You don't see none of that around here, brother. You don't see that here. The Pennsylvania Turnpike, okay? 2 lanes, north and southbound. They are always under construction. 24 hours a day, 12 months out of the year, they are under construction since I've been born. I swear to God, man, the PennDOT's mafia ran. I'm telling you right now. PennDOT is mafia ran. Mafia runs it. And the mafia also runs the transit system, the buses. Mafia also owns that too. I'm telling you right now, guys. So yeah, anyway, I found enough of my rants and my bitching about Pittsburgh. And I'm not going to even start bitching about the Pittsburgh Steelers, because I'm not interested, man, in football at all. I don't give a crap about football, about sports. You know, all you sap suckers out there that really are into football, man, you're a sap sucker, brother. I never understood this fan crap. Why people are fans? You don't get none of that money. They win. Well, you're not getting nothing. So why do you care? You know, these football players are making tens of millions, 50, 60, $100 or $200, $300 million a year. You're not getting none of that. I don't even know how much a football ticket is. What are they, like $500? And you're up in peanut heaven. You pay, you throw away $500, $600, maybe $1,000 for a ticket. You're a sucker. Meanwhile, they're making millions of dollars. The fan ain't getting nothing, and plus you got to pay. You got to throw away an entire paycheck on a ticket. You know, before, back in the days, man, being a fan was okay. That's when an athlete might have made maybe $100,000 a year. Okay, that was all right. Now they're making $100 million a year. And people are still, oh, they're the greatest. Oh, I got the Steelers shirt on, or like the New England Patriots. That's even worse. They got the New England Patriots hoodie, the New England Patriots cap, New England Patriots rings, New England Patriots gloves. They're all fanned out, boy. Meanwhile, these people are making $300-400 million a year. They're struggling to go buy groceries. You're struggling to go buy groceries. You're struggling to go feed your fat, pug-faced children because they're eating up all the peanut butter in the house and eating up all the cookies in the house. You have to go buy food on a credit card. Meanwhile, you're a fan of these people. I couldn't give a crap about sports, brother. Couldn't give a crap about sports. Don't care if they win or lose. Makes no difference to me. So as for this luggage rack for the big dog, it is for a 300 millimeter rear tire sissy bar. You know, the person wants $75 for it, and it comes with the sissy bar. I don't even want the sissy bar. I just want that luggage rack. So it has a sissy bar and a luggage rack, and it got a tool bag in the back for $75, man. But they're over in Ohio, which it's a 220-mile drive one way, so that would take me all day if I go drive to get it. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to drive there again. I really don't feel like going to this central Ohio, even for something like that. That's a real good price. If they could ship it, all right. Otherwise, the hell with it. I'm not going to get it. So yeah, we're waiting on our cam cover gaskets now, because I'm not going to pop it off until I possess all these parts, guys. And I'm also waiting on the exhaust gaskets. So I got the last 585 cam off Big Dog Parts Kingpin. I got the gaskets from Wild Steed Works out in California. They were real good with finding a part for me. I emailed them. I told them what I'm looking for. They sent me back an email saying, this is what you need. So I ordered 2 of them. And which, you know, I emailed, man, I'm not going to say the names of the companies, but I emailed a couple other companies. They didn't know what I was talking about. And these are big companies that sell parts for all kind of motorcycles. They didn't know what I was talking about. But Wild Steed Worksmen, they were real nice about it. And I ordered the tapered exhaust gaskets on eBay off of Big Dog Parts Kingpin. So I'm going to put battery tender on that battery, and all depending on what the weather's like, I might take this out for a ride tomorrow. We'll make sure the bolts on that air filter are tight, because that still has to come off. I didn't put thread locker on those guys because I'm going to pull that off when I put the cam in. But yeah, I'm going to try to make a video of installing that cam. You also can check your top dead center on the left side of the engine. There's a nut on there that you can take off, and you can look inside there and see the top dead center. I'm going to try to do that too, just to make sure. I mean, it's not really necessary, you know. When you turn the rear wheel when it's in high gear, you can tell when the lifters go down to their most bottom point on the camshaft. So removing the cam, this is the procedure. I put the bike on a lift. You have to have some kind of a lift to do that, so the rear tire's free. You put the transmission in 6th gear before you jack it up. So you put the bike in 6th gear. You jack the rear wheel up off the ground. You remove both spark plugs. You remove the exhaust pipes. I'm going to take off the air cleaner. Yours, you might not have to do that, but mine's going to be in the way. And you pop off the covers on your push rod covers. You pop them 2 little guys off, and you loosen the push. You make the push rods as short as you can, because if you have pressure on the lifters, you're not going to be able to pull that cam out. So the push rod's got to be loosened up, preferably as short as you can make them. Then I'm going to pop that cover off. Oil's going to come out of that. So we're going to have a pan. I might just change the oil too. I might as well change the oil when I do this. So I'm going to lose a little bit of oil. So we're going to put some aluminum foil up underneath there so it won't drip on the frame. Maybe a funnel. We'll have that draining into our little oil catch. And take the cover off. The cover may not come off easy, so I'm going to have to see if it comes off easy first. And then we'll pull the cam out. Then I have to adjust the, there's a bottom gear to where the little notch is pointing vertical. It has to be pointed at 12 o'clock because that little nipple on the cam has to be pointed at 6 o'clock. Then the one has to be pointed on the left. So you have to have one there and one there. And that'll line the timing up. You know, and then once the cam's in and my lifters are seated real nice, then we have to do our push rod adjustment. So it's going to take a while, guys, you know, and then the lifters have to bleed down, preferably 30 minutes. And, you know, so you're looking at, that's at least 1 hour to let the lifters bleed down. That's, 30 minutes per side, so that's 1 hour right there. So that's going to take a while. It might take me a couple days to finish that. So, yeah, as for going to the shooting range, you guys, I don't know, man. I mean, I've never had it so bad, man, where I just don't have time. It's never been this bad for me in my entire life. I've never been so restricted on time before. This is why I want to retire. Because I'm just sick and tired of not having time to do crap. So, all right, we got our battery in, and I'm not going to start the bike up right now because it's like 2:30 in the morning, you know, and my wife's sleeping, and my dog's laying on the love seat up there. So I'll start this in the morning. Oh guys, my Deka battery came in. I also, let me see if I can get you guys pointed down. Okay, there we go. Let's try that. I also have a line on a luggage rack for the Ridgeback for $75, which is a really good deal. Number one, you can't even get them right now. They're out of stock. The only problem is it's over in Ohio, in the middle of Ohio. So I'm trying to get the person to be able to ship it to me. You know, so it'll be $75 plus the shipping, which the shipping will probably be about $20, $30. It's still way under what you would pay for it. So, okay, let me show you guys the negative terminal, the way Braille sent this battery to me. See how messed up that negative terminal is? Look at that. I had to sand it. It was actually a lot worse than that. I had to sand it down. But it's not flat. Having the tops of these terminals flat and clean is a big thing with these high compression engines. You know, because they need a lot of amps to crank them over. The way this was, when I first bought this battery, it was brand new. This was a lot worse than it was. I put the battery in. I had no power. The engine wouldn't crank over. So then I thought to myself, well, I'm going to sand this down a little bit. Bam, the engine spun right over. That's you know, and I paid 200 and some bucks for this battery. So the very first thing I did is I sanded it down a little bit, which it still needs sanded down now. What I should have did is I should have just sent the battery back. Okay, that's what I should have did. So we're going to install this in our riding mower. It's still not flat, but for that it's good. Now the Deka, they're flat. Look how nice. And well, I did. You know what I did do too is I sanded them a little bit just to get them nice and clean. But they are perfectly flat. And they come with this. This goes over the positive. They come with 2 screws. The 2 screws are in back of this rubber guard. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to test these with my voltage. I want to see just what these are going to read. You know, guys, I bought this man on Amazon. This is a Motive Power. I think it was like $10. It serves the purpose. You know, it's a real simple way to check your voltage in a battery. So, all right. Let's clamp this guy on. Man, you can't even clamp these on. You know what? Let me put my put these little bolts on here first. I want to see what the Braille. I did have the Braille on the power tender, so it should be like 12.5 volts. Boy, guys, I can't do nothing right now, man. $12.98. All right. That's the Braille. I already dropped one. I already lost a bolt. Okay. You know what? They feel like they're the same weight. I think the Deka's a little heavier. I don't have any weigh these on except for a scale, and I'm not going to get that. But I think the Deka's a little heavier. You know, I used to have these weights. I don't think this is probably somewhere on this. I guess it doesn't really even matter. So let's put our bolts in here. All right. Twelve and a half. All right, let's install it. Okay, battery's in. You see, guys, I also dated it too, so that I'll remember when I put it in.